What we're gonna ship you guys the capacity adjuster assembly and with the adjuster, because these are the pieces that get screwed when there's a misalignment that happens between them due to the fact that somebody or some cases where the capacity adjuster goes beyond the 0% that cause this engagement between the adjuster and the capacity adjuster. Before you start the assembly, make sure that your cam is at the discharge stroke, which is the cam needs to be right in the center of the crosshead. Then whatever adjuster that you have inside, it's going to be replaced with a new one. But first, make sure that you screw it all the way in until it stops. That's pretty much your adjustment for the capacity adjuster, for the adjuster with the cam. Now, having said that, you're gonna rotate the shaft, the worm shaft, to take the plunger from the position of the discharge to the suction by rotating the worm shaft clockwise until it is the cam right at the bottom of the suction stroke. Now you're gonna notice that the brass bead is sticking out. This is when you actually take it off and replace it with a new one. The third step is to lubricate the adjuster brass inside the outside thread and the inside. And then screw it inside the crosshead all the way until it stops. Do not try to force it. Just make sure that it would stop. The fourth step is to align the capacity adjuster with the inside square hole in the adjuster brass. And make sure that your zero is at 12 o'clock position. Do not try to move it before you actually screw the 4 screws. Last thing is screwing the set screws, and make sure when you screw it, do not tighten one screw all the way in. Just make sure that you barely touch the screws to the capacity adjuster housing, and you do it in a cross position. And last thing, you tighten them one at a time. Before you actually run the pump, make sure that your capacity adjuster moves freely to the 0% and the 100%. That's your 0%. And that is 100%. And right now, while it's at 100%, make sure that you rotate the worm shaft with your hand to see the cam goes from the discharge to the suction position a couple times. Right now is good.